Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a review of the Distance Carbon FLZ trekking pole by Black Diamond. In this review, you're going to hear all the things that I really like about this particular trekking pole and some of the things that I think could be better. I also actually did a bunch of research online, read through a bunch of online reviews of other people who have used this pole, and kind of compiled some common themes that I think are going to be very useful for you to hear that I'll share later on in the video. I'm also going to be talking about who I recommend these poles for and who I don't recommend them to. To give you kind of a background of my use with these poles, I've used them for about 200 miles in very different terrains. I use them on day hikes, backpacking trips, and they are even used to pitch my tent on the Appalachian Trail for the week that I was out there last year. I feel that 200 miles is a pretty adequate amount of mileage to do an accurate review of these poles. One thing also to know about my use of these poles is that I do use them how they're intended. I don't just tiptoe them along and don't push them into the ground. I really do dig them in and use them to propel myself forward. So I am pretty aggressive with them. So jumping right into it, these poles are pretty expensive. They're about $190 retail. They are a carbon fiber pole and they are packed with a lot of features, so I kind of feel like the price is a little bit justified. There are some things that I think should be better about this pole for that price range, but overall I'm pretty pleased with them. My poles that I have here are the 105 centimeter to 125 centimeter height. They come in at about 12.7 ounces and they fold down to about 14.5 inches long. So jumping into the things that I really like about these poles, we'll just kind of start here at the top and work our way down. First and foremost, I like the strap. I think it's a very comfortable strap. I hardly notice it's there and it gives me a nice secure grip and when I'm really kind of digging into the ground. After the strap, I want to work my way down to the grip. Now this has a slitted EVA foam grip, and this is something that I was a little bit cautious about. I didn't think it was going to be very comfortable when I was kind of, feeling it inside the store, but I got it and I don't notice it very much at all. I think it's a very comfortable grip, and it does actually, these slits actually do provide a little bit extra grip while you're digging into the ground with them. Also, one thing I really noticed about these is they actually keep my hand a little bit cooler so that they don't sweat as much. Next is going to take us down to the flip lock system by Black Diamond. This is how you adjust the height of the pole. I really like it. It's a very comfortable, easy lock to undo, and it's very secure, so you can adjust your height up and down depending on the conditions of the trail. Very simple, very easy to use. You can even use it one-handed if you like. But I think this is a really awesome system and I haven't had any slippage with it at all. It's very secure and I think it's just a really, really great feature. One other thing I really like about these poles is the fact that you can fold them down. My last poles did this and I really love that. You just push in this locking pin here, you collapse them down, and then you pull them apart, and then they can just fold up nice and small. Now, the great thing about these is these ones actually fold down to about 14.5 inches, which is very small, as you can see, very stowable in a backpack. And I think it's a really great feature for when you need to have your hands free and do maybe some class 3 or 4 scrambling. Really great. They unfold really quick and you can reassemble them super fast and then adjust your height again very quickly. Now let's talk about some of the could be betters on this pole, and one of them is going to take us right back up to the top of the pole, which is the strap. Like I said, very comfortable, very secure. The one thing I noticed is like pretty much on like the first or second time I used them, they began to fray right here. Now I will mention that they haven't frayed anymore since they initially frayed, but that was something that I thought was very strange. I was worried that they were going to get worse and worse over time, but after 200 miles, honestly, they haven't changed. So it could be better, but it's not a deal breaker, to be honest with you. Another could be better is going to be the locking pin here. Now mine have kind of loosened up over time, only just recently actually. They sometimes can be very hard to push in with just your own finger to collapse down. There's been times where I've actually had to get like a rock or a twig and kind of push them in just so I could collapse them down, which has caused some scratches around the pin, but nothing like, no structural integrity has been like compromised or anything like that. It's just one of those things that was really kind of annoying, but honestly, they've kind of loosened up over time, which is good. Okay, so those are some of my likes and could be betters about these trekking poles, but I didn't want to just give one opinion here, so I scoured the internet, looked at a bunch of reviews on multiple sites, and kind of found some common themes of what people have found that they don't like about these poles, but overall they have a really good rating. All right, so as far as the reviews that I looked at, as of filming this video, the trekking poles have an average rating of 4.5 out of 5 stars, from about 108 reviews on Amazon, 3.8 out of 5 stars from about 58 reviews on Black Diamond's website. Additionally, I also checked out REI's website, and they have a 3.9 out of 5 stars from 59 reviews, for an average rating between those three sites of 4 out of 5 stars. The most common complaint is cracking at the lock pin. Now, this hasn't been my experience, and mine show no sign that they will ever do it, but there are plenty of people out there who have seemed to experience this. One thing worth noting is we don't know exactly when they bought the poles and if this issue has actually been addressed or not, but again, has not been my experience. Another negative review that aligns with one of the things that I thought could be better was the locking pin being very hard to push. One last thing I noticed that was mentioned a few times was how there are no replaceable parts for these poles. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did mention that I felt like this was a reasonable price for these poles, with the exception of one thing, and this is it. I feel that this is a very valid concern. They do have a 1-year warranty, but not a lifetime warranty, which, this isn't really the type of product that would have a lifetime warranty, in my opinion, because of the abuse they can take. So offering replacement parts is a good idea, which Black Diamond does not do, according to these reviews, for this expensive trekking pole. Overall, the trekking poles have really great reviews, and they mostly align with my experience as well. Now, in conclusion, would I recommend these poles? The answer is going to be yes and a little bit no. And there's a few reasons why that is. I would definitely recommend these poles to people who hike and backpack a lot, who are looking for a nice ultralight trekking pole with a lot of features like adjustable heights and folding down. I'd also recommend the people that don't mind the price of the pole but are still looking for all the features that it has. I wouldn't recommend it to people who are more budget conscious over features or weight of a pole. I think there's a number of other poles out there that are just as good for you. In that case, like they make an aluminum version of this one that's about $30 to $40 cheaper. You could go to just the Z version of the Black Diamond poles, which don't have the adjustability, but do fold up for much less. You can get those in carbon and aluminum. I'll leave some links down below for you to check those out. I think they have a great array of trekking poles. And I also wouldn't recommend them to people who are just getting into hiking and backpacking. You might not feel that you need all these features, especially at this price. Like I said, you can actually find a similar pole from Black Diamond for a lesser price. If there's anything I didn't cover about these poles in the video, please leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to respond to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please consider liking and subscribing so YouTube can recommend it to other people that might find value in this video as well. But anyway, take care and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, you might like these videos as well. So click on them, please. Click on them.